Hello and welcome to another one of these ADD videos. Today we're going to be discussing the concept of domain, something that you've probably heard quite often in your math classes. What is it all about? Well, domain is basically the values of x in which your function is defined. All right? Some places our function just isn't defined. There are no closed dots there. So what are the restrictions? Well, there are three main things I should look for. They are denominators, square roots, and a combination of both, which is the denominator having the square root. All right? And there are rules for each one of these. If you know the basic concept, these problems shouldn't be too hard. You're just going to have to practice until you become good at them. With denominators, we can never have a denominator equal to 0 because a number over 0 is undefined. It gives you infinity. It blows up in your face. Not literally, but mathematically. And basically what happens here is you need to set whatever's in the denominator not equal to 0 and solve for x. Determine where those undefined points are. And then your function will be defined everywhere but those points. When you're using interval notation, bracket means up to and including, and parentheses means up to but don't include. With square roots, we know that square roots can't be negative. You can't take the square root of a negative number. So therefore, we have to take whatever's underneath the radical, this is the radical, and we're going to set it greater than or equal to 0 and solve for x. All right? And the last rule is just a combination of the first two, where we have a radical, but it's in the denominator. So instead of being greater than or equal to like this one was, we have to take away the equal sign because of this rule. And whenever we do that, we end up setting it just greater than 0. Those are the basic rules. Again, recap real quick. Whatever's in the denominator, set not equal to 0 and solve. Whatever's under the radical, set greater than or equal to 0 and solve. Whatever's under the radical in the denominator, set just greater than 0 and solve. You might have more than one of these rules present. Let's say you have a denominator and then a square root on top. Just do both rules separately, then plot them on the same number line. And once you plot them on the same number line, combine your answers and come up with your interval notation. Finally, before you really get into these domain problems, you should be familiar with your inequality rules. Okay, there's sign analysis. Some of these inequalities you just solve for x, if the power of x is 1. Okay, but if you have a power of x greater than 1, you got to do something called sign analysis. Find your cut points, test points, so forth. And also, if you have a fraction and an inequality, one of these greater than or signs or greater than or equal to signs, then you have to also do sign analysis. Go back and check out the inequality videos, advanced inequality videos, and you should be able to review those concepts if you're having trouble grasping what I'm saying there. But there are plenty of example videos for domain. I think that's one of the most videos I have is for this topic, so you can pause the videos always, try the problem, and then check your solution for best results. As always, practice, practice, practice. Thanks for watching, and have a great